Paid parking at that. So here's what $100 a night might get you in Romania's capital city. Looking forward to watching some old movies via the projector. And here's the bedroom. And the bathroom. So I'm in Bucharest for 11 nights, and I'm not planning on making a video, but if you're watching this, I just couldn't help myself. But if I do a video, it's going to be sort of an aimless wandering about, and if I see something striking, I'll show it to you. I think that's how we're going to play this. Striking. Like this statue of a potato on a skewer, titled Memorial of Rebirth. It's actually a monument to the victims of the 1989 Romanian Revolution, resulting in the overthrow of the Communist Party and the execution of Ceausescu. Or how about this? Austro-Hungarian architecture engulfed by a modern structure completed in mid-2000s. Communist mosaic in a music store. And a second communist mosaic, maybe dating from the 1950s, 1960s. This music store is around 70 years old, they just told me inside. And what kind of Turk would I be if I did not pay respects to Bucharest's bust of Ataturk, the founder of modern Turkey? It says here at the base, peace at home, peace in the world. This church is the Italian church. It was consecrated in 1916. National Theater. This is Oldtown, famous for tourists. Famous for tourists getting ripped off. It's the most famous shawarma in all of Romania. In all of Romania. In all of Romania. Of all the Ukrainian bars in all of this Ukrainian world, look who I run into. Meech.
Slava Ukraini.
He's not Ukrainian.
I'm Romanian.
It's porn? Is this like Transylvanian porn?
In the past 3 hours, in all of Oldtown, we've seen about 2 Romanians. And I'm not counting him or me. You have but one life
And one butthole.
and that's why we pay €5 per shot of tequila.
Noroc, noroc.
Late night party night, my friend, where you travel? Is this the most beautiful bookstore in the world, they say?
I don't know how to read.
This is the most beautiful bookstore in the world. Right here, right here. Right here. Maybe I'll show you tomorrow or next day. Presenting the most beautiful bookstore in the world. The world. Another 1989 Romanian Revolution monument. It's everywhere. 1989, 1989, 1989. The Romanian Revolution of 1989 ended 42 years of communist rule. And an estimated some 1,000 people were killed in the process. Mara here heard I was coming through Bucharest. She started working on a list. It's a work in progress, but at the top of that list this restaurant. It's a dirty Romanian food for hippies. Well, Romanian food for dirty hippies. And it's, look at that. You know who that is.
Ceausescu's face on it.
Ceausescu's face. This is the modernist Palace Hall. It's a concert hall and a conference center built communist time, 1959, 1960. It's immediately behind the former royal palace, hence Palace Hall. And here's the former royal palace, now the National Museum of Art. Got a lot of statues out front here. This is the most prestigious concert hall in Bucharest. Opened 1888. Savings Bank Palace, completed 1900. Inside this church is the severed arm of a man who was a powerful sorcerer. Then he became a saint, and then the Catholic Church removed him from the list of saints in 2001. No pictures allowed. You're gonna have to look him up. The People's Palace. Well, now the Palace of the Parliament. Constructed from 1984. I think still being constructed. It is the heaviest building on the planet. Something like 1.5 billion tons of steel and bronze were used, and lots of marble, lots of wood, lots of glass. 1,100 rooms, 2,800 chandeliers. I think the largest one is over 5 tons. 9 floors above ground. 9 floors below. I'm way too hot to walk around this building and show you different angles, but I'll put up a photo or two from some of my previous visits. I think this is my 5th time here. You know, they say that people received notice in the morning to pack up their bags and leave their homes, and by noon, same day, bulldozers showed up and demolished everything in sight. An entire neighborhood and parts of 3 others were razed to the ground. 40,000 people displaced, 9,000 buildings destroyed. I'm at the restaurant Naive. I ordered pork cheeks and edible hay. Edible hay. My waiter said, "Oh, I don't think you're gonna like that." What is it, my mustache? I don't look like enough of a cow to you? What's great about this restaurant, though, is the view. It's on the 6th floor. Nice views of Bucharest. Oh, nice. You can see the People's Palace from up here. That was my first metro ever in Bucharest. Monument to the Heroes of the Air, 1935. It's a 20-meter tall structure. And at the top, the statue of Icarus, the flying man. 5 meters tall, 5 tons. The artist referenced the body of American boxer Joe Louis, who was in Bucharest at the time, to create the body of Icarus. Mid-1800s to mid-1900s. Apparently, Romanians wanted to be French. And the city of Bucharest earned the nickname Little Paris. Anyway, there's a little museum up here ahead called Little Paris Museum. So they say that during this Little Paris period, mid-1800s till the end of World War II, was a blend of Oriental and France, the Ottoman Empire and France combined. It was ended by the communists after World War II. For lunch, I'm in the mood for Meech. That's the Romanian version of cevapi. Grilled, ground meat rolls, mixture of beef, lamb, and pork. And what better a place for Meech than one of the most beautiful restaurants that I've been to here. I don't necessarily like the restaurant too much, but it's nice to photograph. In fact, last time I didn't pay. Don't judge. You weren't there. Ask me about it sometime. You'll agree with me. Holocaust Memorial column. At the top, on each side, there is a Hebrew letter, which taken together spell a Hebrew word that translates to remember. This memorial to the victims of the Holocaust in Romania was completed in 2009. And there's a sign here on the wall, and among other things, it says the Romanian state was responsible for the deaths of at least 280,000 Romanian and Ukrainian Jews. And 25,000 people of Roma origin, Gypsies, were also deported to Transnistria, where 11,000 of them died. In February 1944, the government of Transnistria sold to private individuals in Romania 24 railroad cars containing tombstones from the Jewish cemetery of Odessa to be used as construction material. This building on my right used to be the largest gypsy whorehouse in all of Romania. But before all that, it opened in 1859 as Han Solacula. Solacula Inn by the Solacolu brothers from northern Bulgaria. They were Bulgarian merchants. Actually, in 1877, during the War of Independence from the Ottoman Empire, Bulgarian refugees hid within these walls. The leader of the Bulgarian revolutionaries lived in this inn the day before, on the eve of the Russian-Romanian-Turkish War. Turn of the century, though, gypsies moved in, and the government couldn't get rid of them. Squatters' rights. And it wasn't until they discovered that the gypsies were running a whorehouse that the government finally had the excuse to evict them. The building's been returned to the rightful heirs, and as you can see, the building's being restored. Wandering around aimlessly in Bucharest, that's the way to do it. There's no must-sees here. It's a beautiful city. There's no Taj Mahal or Great Wall of China or Statue of Liberty or London Bridge, pyramids, Eiffel Tower, Colosseum. Just wander around and find whatever you come across. Approaching Revolution Square again. Did I mention last time? It's called Revolution Square because this is where the 1989 Romanian Revolution in Bucharest began. Actually, here's the building. The Central Committee of the Romanian Communist Party headquarters is where Ceausescu gave his last speech from the balcony there. December 21st, 1989, it was a staged show of support after the revolt began in Timișoara. But it fell flat. 8-9 minutes into Ceausescu's speech, there was some booing, some jeering. Some in the crowd shouted out, Timișoara. And the next day, Ceausescu and his wife fled from this building via helicopter. 3 days later, as a Christmas present to the Romanians, he was executed alongside his wife by a firing squad. Actually, I did another video about this, go into a lot more detail. I show you his site of execution, his birth home. I'll put a link to it in the description section. If I weren't feeling so lazy these days, I'd show you the house Ceausescu lived in here in Bucharest. You can visit it. I highly recommend it. I've been there before. I guess that's why the motivation isn't there for me. I'll put up a picture or two. At least of the important stuff. A bathroom. The Treaty of Bucharest, ending the Russo-Turkish War, was signed here in 1812. Now it's a restaurant. It's a good restaurant. I've been there before. I'm gonna go there again, right now. It's a traditional chicken soup with homemade noodles. My FJ has a brother. I never see FJs in Europe other than Poland and Ukraine. I got only 2 more nights left. It's Saturday already. Time flies when you're doing almost nothing. Let's go see some horses. What is your... See? A horse. I knew this was the place to be. Okay, babies. Baby boys. Baby boys. Jerry.
Look at her eyes.
This one with the eyes.
Yeah, you see?
Oh, blue.
That's like
It's like mine.
the
The blue eyes makes her more valuable also?
Yeah. For example, for US market, and she's very look like US market.
Yeah.
For now, she costs 200K.
200,000
Yeah, like
because
this.
of the blue eyes.
Blue eyes and this outlook.
Ukraine. Ukraine is in the house. Ukrainian dog.
They're so friendly.
Yada's been here for years, and this is her first papanage. This is her first papanage. He just made this. It's
so
hot,
hot.
right? It's hot. Yeah. It's been a long day. I know. The eating kind of pigeons. Hay. Straw. Hay. Straw. And horses eat them all.
Yeah.
What you want? It's a Romanian chicken liver.
Your age.
Look at you. He's my age. You never ride me.
You see?
You. Playtime. Are you my new best friend? It's not for Jerry. This isn't for you, Jerry. It's for the horse. Michael. Come on, Michael. How do you say dangerous? How do you say dangerous?
Pericol.
This is that. Dangerous. Another of your typical rough Bucharest nights. It's 5 p.m. and I just got out of the house. Triumphal Arc commemorates Romania's victory in World War I. We're on our way to where a Lenin statue used to stand, but just wanted to duck into this park real quick. It used to be called Stalin Park, because I see a nice looking lake here. Okay, now to whatever they replaced Lenin with. April 21st, 1960, a statue of Vladimir Lenin was placed right here in front of this Stalinist building, then called House of the Spark, which was a newspaper. About 2 months after they executed Ceausescu, they took the statue of Lenin down. And in 2016, they erected this monument. And the sign here says in Romanian, a monument to the fight, a monument to the anti-communist fight, 1945 to 1989. The Wings Monument is made of 3 stainless steel wings, 24 meters high, perched atop a 4-meter high pedestal. The pedestal represents a tomb for the thousands of unknown Romanians who died in prisons and camps throughout the communist period. There are 3 wings representing the Holy Trinity, the souls of these killed Romanians being carried up to heaven. Let's take a closer look at this building behind it. Stalinist architecture, as I mentioned. It was completed in 1957, and now it's called House of Free Press. This was the tallest building in Bucharest until 2007. This building has the same role today, pretty much, as it did back when it was built. It's headquarters for newspapers. This is the only building in Bucharest that has kept the hammer and sickle communist symbol. Good morning. Bucharest has a beach. It's only 2.5 hour drive away. Black Sea, that's where I'm headed today. Don't know why I'm showering. Why am I sitting while I'm showering? The shower curtain hasn't made its way to Romania yet. So, most every house I rent, it's just an open tub. Not bad for a Monday. It's June, so looks like the water may be still a little too cold for the Romanian. Now for my favorite restaurant in all of Vama Veche.
Este primul cartonaș pentru echipa noastră. Elegant și discret al României. Florin Mico se află slogează și prinde în siguranță mingea. Minutul 80. Ne-a ieșit și în asemenea perioadă.
That's my Leverek sea bass. Looks funny from up here, a sea of straw umbrellas. And this is the famous door in Vama Veche that everybody gets a selfie with. I'm everybody. I only got 3 hours of sun. I got all summer to work on this stand. Look at this. The apartment I rented comes with bunny rabbits. It also comes with a lazy cat. All this for $50. 235 lei. Well, I think that's it for Romania and for Bucharest. Tomorrow I'm driving into Bulgaria. But can I just say, this shirt, I don't know if you can see it very well. I can't. My arms aren't long enough. It says Carpats. Wear this shirt when you want the attention of the town drunks and the old timers. They really like it. It was a cigarette brand from back in the 1930s, discontinued, I don't know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. So about 1 mile south of this beach is the border with Bulgaria.